welcome back to my channel. Today I'd like to share with you two heat-proof hairstyles that are great for those extra hot summer days. Both of these will give you a nice wave when you take them out. Last week I showed you a tutorial about half-up styles. Well, I'm kind of not able to rock them so well anymore because my hair just gets sweaty, it gets glued to my back, and it's just, annoying. And if you have a similar problem to me, then you might just like these hairstyles. If you like this tutorial, make sure to subscribe and give it a big thumbs up. Now let's go ahead and begin. So I'm going to start by picking a very small section in the very back of my head, and I'm going to divide that into two strands. And I'm going to start crossing the lower strand over the top one twice just in the beginning, and then I'm going to start adding in new hair to the lower strand before crossing it over. And again, I'm adding new hair to the lower strand before crossing it over. And I'm just going to continue repeating the exact same step all the way around my head in a spiral path. So the technique behind this is really easy. You just keep adding hair to the lower strand and then you cross it over. But the difficulty when you're doing this hairstyle on yourself is to kind of keep track of the strands when you switch hands and sort of know where to pick up the new hair from, like where the path should go exactly and how much hair to pick up so that it forms a nice shape in the end around your head. So I needed a couple of tries to get the hang of it, so don't be discouraged if you don't get it the first time. For example, normally when I do hairstyles where I direct the braids to the back, I always start with my hands in a position so that I won't have to switch how I hold my hands in the middle of braiding. So I'm not used to doing that at all. With this hairstyle, however, it's not possible. You have to switch hands, and the first couple of times I tried this, when I switched hands, I got very confused as to what was the lower strand that I was supposed to add the hair to and which way to twist it. So it's completely normal. So if that happens to you, just stop for a moment and go back a little if you have to, and really give this a few tries, because once you get the hang of this, it really gives a nice intricate looking effect. It's quite a head-turning hairstyle. Another tip that I have when you do this hairstyle is that you try to hold on to the strands as tightly as possible so they don't start to unravel before you finish your entire head. And then you can go back and loosen it all up in the end if you want to. I always use mirrors when I do my own hair, well, almost always when they are available. One in the front and one in the back, ideally at an angle, so that I can turn and kind of see myself from all angles. But it's especially helpful in this hairstyle. It really helps me check along the way if the spiral is forming nicely, if the sections I'm adding to the twist aren't too big or too small, and kind of where to pick them from and how to direct the braid. It helps you to kind of see along the way if what you're doing is on the right path. When you're adding in hair in the front, if you want to, you can leave out some face framing pieces and then just incorporate the rest of the hair along the hairline. And when you run out of hair to add into the twist, you'll just twist the two strands over each other until you reach the end. Tie it off with a clear elastic. Then you can tuck the ends into the pocket that has formed and pin it in place with bobby pins. And if you need to go, if you see in the back that you'd like to kind of lift something and pin that in place as well, go ahead and do that. Make sure everything looks as it should, and then just if you want to go back and loosen up a little bit on the sides, go ahead and do that, and then you're done. And this is the finished look. next hairstyle is really a piece of cake. I'll just be taking hair from the side and twisting it away from my face. Then I'll be pulling a little bit on the twist so I make it looser. I'll hide the ends and I'll just pin it in place with a bobby pin or more if that's needed. And I'll be alternating sides, so if I started on my right, I then take another section of hair from the left and I twist that, pull on it and pin that in place. And then I go back to the right side and so on all the way down to the nape of the neck. Mirrors to see where you'd like to pin the twist, where it's more flattering, and then if you need more bobby pins to kind of give it a lift in a place, then do that. Use as many as you'd like. Cool trick for dealing with flyaways is to spray the hairspray onto a brush and then smooth the hair over, because if you spray directly to the hair it might get a little bit too much. This is the finished look. It would be quite comfortable to wear to the beach, but you can also dress it up with accessories for a very elegant finish. Thank you so much for watching and spending a little time with me. I hope you liked this tutorial. Let me know which one of these hairstyles you prefer, and I hope to see you next time. Bye!